Hey, my THG posse. Coming off the heels of a powerful yet heavy episode on human and sex trafficking, I knew this follow-up had to be soft but strong, like a warm blanket for the soul. Because after the trauma, after the pain, there must be space for rest, for rebuilding, and for wholeness. Stay tuned for today's episode of Healing After Trauma, the power of safe spaces.
Hey, I like to eat and I like to travel. But most of all, I love traveling to eat. Well, if you're hungry and you're on the road ready to eat, you're where traveling and food meet, take you on a journey. Buckle up, you're in the front seat. Your road trip is so complete. Cause you're with the traveling hungry girl. You're with the who? Traveling hungry girl. Recipe, the food. Traveling hungry girl. Restaurant reviews. Traveling hungry girl. Where food meets travel. Right here with Traveling Hungry.
Hey. Welcome to Traveling Hungry Girl, the podcast where food, travel, and culture come together in the most flavorful way. I am Amani Sky, your host, and I am so excited you're here with me today. Alright family, quick heads up before we dive in. Your favorite podcast is now pulling up on Mondays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right, twice the flavor, twice the vibes. Mark your calendars, set your alarms. Don't say I didn't warn you. Let's begin by anchoring ourselves in a moment of calm with today's affirmation. I am safe. I am supported. I am healing at my own pace in spaces that honor my truth. After surviving the unimaginable, what comes next? In this episode, we explore the quiet yet powerful role that safe spaces play in the healing process after trauma, whether it's from abuse, trafficking, loss, or life's unexpected battles. We'll talk about what a safe space truly means emotionally, physically, spiritually, and why it's essential for survivors to find environments where they can feel seen, heard, and held without judgment. From supporting communities and therapy to faith-based healing and creative expression, we dive into how these sacred spaces help people reclaim their voices, their identity, and their peace. This conversation is a gentle reminder healing isn't linear and no one should have to do it alone. So let's take a deep breath together. Inhale, exhale, and let's begin. Segment 1. What is a safe space? Let's begin with something foundational. What is a safe space? When many people hear the term, they imagine a physical room, like a therapist's office, a quiet bedroom, or maybe a woman's shelter. But a safe space is so much more than 4 walls and a locked door. A true safe space is a feeling, it's a presence, it's an invitation to be fully yourself, flawed, fragile, healing, and whole all at once. A safe space is where your nerve system can breathe. It's an environment, physical, emotional, spiritual, or even relational, where judgment has no voice, shame has no seat, and you don't have to minimize your truth just to make others comfortable. It can be a quiet room where soft music plays, a candle flickering, and you finally let the tears fall you've been holding in for too long. A therapist's office where your voice, for the first time in forever, feels heard, not rushed, not questioned, not doubt. Just receive. A friend's kitchen table where you're offered more than just coffee. You're offered safety, grace, and room to unpack the weight you've been carrying. Your prayer closet where the world goes silent and your soul reconnects with the divine. Where God meets you in your brokenness and reminds you you are still whole. But safe spaces can also be found within your breath, your journaling practice, your boundaries, your faith. It's not just where you go, it's what you allow, what you protect, and what you nurture. For survivors of trauma, whether from abuse, betrayal, loss, neglect, or violence, safe spaces are not luxuries. They are necessities. They are sacred. Because trauma strips away your sense of control, safety, and worth. But in a safe space. Because trauma strips away your sense of control, safety, and worth. But in a safe space, you reclaim that. Safe spaces become the soil in which healing takes root. It's where you begin to relearn what love feels like without strings, what rest feels like without guilt, and what freedom feels like without fear. And here's something beautiful. You deserve safe spaces not just because of what you've survived, but because of who you are. A human being worthy of peace, protection, and love without performance. Segment 2. Why safe spaces matter in the healing process. Let me say this with love and clarity. You cannot heal in the same environment that broke you. That's more than just a quote floating around Instagram. It's a lifeline of truth for so many of us who've tried to get better while still swimming in the same waters that drowned us. Trauma has a language. It whispers things like, don't speak up. Don't trust anyone. Keep the peace, even if it's costing you your own. It teaches us to shrink, to stay small, to make ourselves digestible for people who never truly cared to know our whole story. It teaches us to wear masks, to perform, to survive, not thrive. Those sacred, intentional environments, they offer a different kind of script. They gently whisper, you're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to feel everything you've been numbing for years. In a safe space, you don't have to earn love. You don't have to explain your pain. You don't have to carry that weight of pretending you're okay when you're not. You can finally say, this is what happened to me, and instead of blame or silence, someone looks you in the eye and says, I believe you. That shouldn't have happened. You didn't deserve that. These aren't just kind words, they're soul stitches. Because acknowledgement is the first layer of healing, and safe spaces make room for that. Here's what they actually do for us. They lower our stress response. Our nervous system starts to learn that not every room is battlefield. Not every voice is a threat. They rebuild trust. In others, yes, but also in ourselves, in our intuition, in our worth, in our ability to be loved and still be safe. They allow vulnerability without re-traumatization. You can finally open up without feeling like you're tearing yourself open. They teach emotional regulation. They gave us room to cry without shame, to be angry without guilt, to grieve without deadlines. They reintroduce peace, not as a luxury, but as a right. And listen, this is especially crucial in communities where silence has been normalized. In families where survival is praised, but emotional safety is never discussed. In cultures where we are told to pray it away, tough it out, or worse, don't talk about family business. But trauma doesn't just live in the event, it lingers in the silence that follows it. That's why safe spaces matter. They don't erase what happened, but they give you room to breathe through it, to name it, and to start healing beyond it. You deserve that. We all do. Segment number 3, how to create or find your safe space. So how do we find or create a safe space, especially when we're never truly experienced one before? It starts with intention. It starts with choosing yourself. And sometimes it starts with saying, this isn't okay anymore. Let's break it down. 1, start with boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls to shut the world out. They're gates that protect what's sacred. And you are sacred. You are allowed to say, this space doesn't feel safe for me. This conversation is hurting me. I need to take a step back. This could apply to a toxic relationship that constantly invalidates your feelings, a job that drains your spirit and leaves you burnt out, a family gathering where you feel pressured to shrink or perform. Sometimes boundaries is a form of self-respect and is not unloving. It's actually how love stays healthy. Number 2, build sanctuary into your routine. Safe space isn't always a place, it's a practice. So create daily rituals that whisper to your nervous system, you are safe here. Maybe that's journaling your honest thoughts with no filter, lighting a candle and playing soothing music while you breathe deeply, a silent walk through nature, a hot bath with affirmations playing softly in the background. These are all moments, but they hold big power. They teach your body that rest isn't a reward, it's a right. Number 3, seek professional help. Let's normalize this. Getting help is brave. safe, not broken. Therapists, counselors, support groups, trauma-informed coaches, these people are trained to help you process and release what you were never meant to carry alone. If you've ever said, "I'm too damaged, it's too late," or "no one will understand," I'm here to gently tell you that's the trauma talking, not the truth. You deserve support, you deserve tools, and you deserve freedom. Number 4, invite safe people in. We all need at least one person who holds space for us without trying to fix or rush us. Safe people listen to understand, not to respond, validate without comparing, and sit with you in the dark without forcing the light too soon. One genuine, non-judgmental connection can change your entire trajectory. It reminds you, I don't have to heal alone. Number 5, reclaim your spiritual space. If you're faith-based, this one's essential. Sometimes the most powerful safe space is the one where it's just you and God. Whether it's prayer, scripture, worship, or stillness, this is where your soul exhales. This is where you remember who you are beyond the trauma. As Psalms 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit." He's not afraid of your tears. He meets you in the mess, and your healing matters to him. Segment number 4, a gentle reflection. Let's take a soft pause together. Close your eyes and ask yourself gently, where in my life do I feel safest? Who makes me feel most seen and heard? What environments allow my nervous system to soften instead of brace? What small rituals help me feel held? And if nothing comes up, if your mind goes blank and your heart feels heavy, that's okay. This is your permission slip to begin the process. You are allowed to start small, to build peace one breath at a time, to choose healing even if the world around you hasn't. You deserve safety that isn't based on performance. You deserve softness that doesn't have to be earned. You deserve heal fully and freely because you are not what happened to you. You are what survived. You are what heals. And as we get ready to close, let's take a moment to reflect on where we've been today. In this heartfelt episode, we explored the quiet, transformative power of safe spaces in the healing journey after trauma. From understanding what a safe space truly is beyond physical walls, to learning how to build and protect those spaces in your everyday life. This episode offers both gentle guidance and empowering truths. We unpack how trauma teaches us to shrink and stay silent, while safe spaces invite us to breathe, feel, and be seen. You'll discover practical ways to create sanctuary through boundaries, routines, supportive people, and spiritual connections. Whether you're a survivor, a supporter, or simply on a journey to deeper self-awareness, this episode reminds you that healing doesn't happen in chaos. It happens in safety, softness, and stillness. You'll walk away with a deeper understanding of what safe spaces are, why they're essential for emotional and spiritual healing, practical ways to create safe spaces in your life, and affirmation to carry you through hard days. Let's close today with the affirmation we began with. Feel free to speak it, scream out loud, whisper it to your soul, or simply let the words wash over you. I am safe. I am supported. I am healing in my own time, in spaces that honor my truth. Breathe it in, say it again if your spirit needs it, write it somewhere you see it when the days feel heavy. Let it be your compass when the world gets loud. And if no one has reminded you today, hear it from me now. You are not broken. You are becoming. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with a friend, and let's connect on Instagram and TikTok at Traveling Hungry Girl. Also, don't forget to subscribe and show some love to my show. Your support helps this podcast reach even more foodies, travelers, and cultural lovers just like you. And remember, great food and travel stories are always better when shared. Until next time, keep exploring, keep eating, and keep living your best life. Bye.